everyone, it's Sophie and here I am with another quick vlog. And today I just wanted to quickly talk about how to mix your colours on the canvas. So we're talking oil painting, but it's actually a technique that I've learned via pastel painting, where of course you don't have a palette and you cannot mix your colours on a palette. Now you can use that same technique in oil painting, and especially for people who struggle to mix the right colours on their palette, it is sometimes really useful to just mix your colours on your canvas. So let me show you how I do that. Now for example, I've got a cute little baby portrait here and I would like to change the lighting on this baby's head. I want to make it a much cooler lighting, much bluer light. So what I do is just grab some blue paint, as you can see here, and I add it to the skin colours that I've already got. Now as you can see, it is way too blue. So I add a little bit of white to it to tone it down a little bit. So none of these colours are pre-mixed on my palette. It was just a pale blue and a simple white. Now I still think it's a bit too blue, so I'm adding some skin colour, some pink to it as well. As you can see it there on my brush. And the amount of paint on my brush is very little, so I can just, tickle the canvas a little bit and just adjust the colours on the canvas only ever so slightly. So I'm adding some more white here just to brighten it up a little bit more. And so I go along and adjust it all the time until I am happy with what I've got. Now I want these highlights to be much cooler and bluer as well, so I'm adding some blue here as well. Now obviously this looks ridiculous, but I am mixing it on the canvas, so I'm adding some white to it to tone it down. Now it's still a little bit too blue, so I'm mixing some pink skin tone over it. I still think it's too blue and too cold, so I'm now going to add warmer colours, some red and yellow ochre, which I did mix here on my palette. So it's a warmish yellow-red skin colour, just to tone down that blue a little bit. But I'm not going to make it go away. That blue is still there. It was just a little bit too blue. So I'm mixing it in with some skin colour to get the right colour that I need. I'm mixing some white and blue to get a light blue, just to get it a little bit back again. And so I'm playing and making it a bit more blue, a bit less blue, a bit brighter, a bit darker, until I think it looks okay. But most of the mixing actually happens on the canvas and not so much on my palette. Here's a light blue again, white and blue mixed up. And I'm just lightly scumbling it over everything. There's another highlight on the tip of the nose. Just adding it to the whole lit side of the face to make the whole thing much cooler and give it a cool, bright light. Adding some more cool, pale blues to the nose, the upper lip and the chin, and a tiny little bit on the other cheek where the light just catches her. Now I want this cool daylight that is hitting the baby from our left side. I want that to hit her shoulder as well. So that purple top that she's wearing, that needs a bit of cool daylight as well. So let's add some blue to that as well. There, I've scumbled over some blue, which was straight from the tube and unmixed. Now I think it's a little bit too blue and we've lost the purple colour of the top a little bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of purple back. Just lightly scumbling over it and leaving some of the blue still there. There, that is a better effect. Again, taking a very light blue, just white and blue, and adjusting the light on the ear and the hair a little bit, because obviously the daylight hits the ear there as well. So I'm just adjusting all the highlights in this little portrait to change the lighting. and very little of these colours were mixed on the palette. They were all mixed on the canvas itself. Here I'm doing the same on the other side, on the warm shadow side of the face, where I'm just adding some browns and some yellow ochres and some reds. Most of these colours again are unmixed. I've taken them straight from the tube and I'm applying them to the face. And I adjust them where necessary with some other colours. So this is a really useful way to mix your colours, especially if you're struggling to mix your colours on the palette. You can mix them in your painting. Just apply it to your canvas, see what effect it has, and have a think, does it need to be a little bit more blue or a little bit more warm? Does it need to be brighter or darker? And then add your colours to it on the canvas and just adjust the colours as you go along until you think it's right. I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing you in the next vlog. Happy painting!